Hello, welcome to today's lesson. My name is Nanye Abraham and I am your mathematics teacher for today. We have started studying a series of mathematics topics and then we are in topic surds. And in this lesson we shall look at equal surds and then surds equations. Equal surds and then surds equations. Now, to begin with, we'll look at what equal surds are. Now, if x is equal to a plus root of b and y is equals to c plus root of what d are surds expressions, then x is equals to what y. It therefore implies that a is equals to c and then b is equal to what d. Now, what this expression is saying is that having given this x to be a plus this and y to be this, and you are given that x is equal to y, it means that the whole of this thing is equal to the whole of this expression. So the expression given in terms of x is equal to the expression given in terms of what y. So what you are saying is that it means that if x is equal to y, it obviously means that in surds, then the a here, which is a term starting with that a surd, is equal to the c, which is also a term standing with that a surd, and then the terms which are surds are also what equal. That is what b is equal to what d, and you realize that b is in a what is under the what the root sign, and then d is also under what the root sign. So these expressions, when this given given like this is equal to y, x being equal to y, then their expressions are what are also equal, and then the terms in them are also equal. Let me say the equivalent terms in them are also what equal. Now, so I would like to brief us also on some few things before we continue. Now, having been given, you realize that in mathematics we have what we call multiplication of two binomials. You know that multiplication of two binomials, given this term like this, given this term, and you want to expand this, it means that, let's write it here and then we can solve. Root of what a plus root of b square. This can also be written as root of a plus root of b, also multiplied by root of a plus root of b. Now, if you expand this bracket, you are going to get root of a multiplied by root of a plus root of b, plus you take this term. First, you take this term, multiply it by the second bracket. You take the next term, multiply it by the second bracket. The next expression, which you're going to get root of b multiplying the whole of this expression, which is the same expression. Now, I'm just coming to prove something to you. That is why I'm solving this thing. So this multiplied by this, you're going to get root of a square plus this multiplied by this, you're going to get root of ab plus this multiplied by this, you get root of what? ab. Then this multiplied by this, you get root of b all square. Now this and this, these terms, they are the same, so you can add them. It will be what? 2 root of what? ab. And then this will cancel this here, to this will cancel this, so it will be plus, sorry, so this is where we got to when we expand this bracket. When we expand this bracket, this multiplied by this is what we get. This multiplied by this is what we get. This multiplied by this is what we get. And this multiplied by this is what we get. Now, having done expanding, this is what you get. Now, if you get this, we know that this square can cancel this square root, the root sign, and then this term and this term, they are what? They are the same, so you can what? You can add them. So if you add this and this, you get 2 root ab. Then this will now be left with what? A, and this will now be left with what? B, because the square signs has cancelled out the what? The root signs. So that gives us this. So you can also rewrite this as what? A plus b plus 2 root what? ab. Now when you come to the top here, I wrote some note here. Note, root of what? A plus root of b square is equal to what? A plus what? B plus what? 2 root ab. We just want you to know that anytime you see this thing, this is what you are going to get. Now there is a simple way of also solving this thing without going through this long method. So having been given root of what? A plus root of b square, all you need to do is that you pick this square, multiply it. Oh, sorry, you pick the square the first term. So when we square the first term, the square root here, which is square root, this only implies in when the thing or the expression is squared, and not when it is maybe an index of 3 or 4. Please don't do what I'm doing when it is an index of 3, index of 4, or power of 3, power of 4. No, it is only used when it is squared. So this expression, you pick the square root here and then square the first term. Pick it. So when we square the first term, we have root of what? A all squared. Then plus, you pick the square root, multiply by the second term. So square root, the square here, sorry, you pick the square and multiply by the first term. Use the whole of what you've gotten, multiply it by the what? The next term. So 2 times this, you get what? 2 root of this. Use 2 root of a to multiply the second term, which is root of b. So it will be what? The square times the first term, also times the second what? Term. And then use the 2 or the square to square the whole of the what? The next term. And then plus the whole of the next term is root of b. And this is it. So you are going to get, this will cancel out this. You are going to get a plus 2 times this will give you what? 2 root of what? A b plus this. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you don't see. Then so let me start again. So this will cancel out this. 2 times root of a times root of b. When you multiply this thing, you know that this will multiply this, which will be root of AB. 2 times it will give you this, and then this will also cancel out this, and you get what? B. So you realize that we've gotten the same thing, which is what? We've gotten the same thing, which is root of what? Sorry, A plus B plus 2 root of what? AB. So we want to look at some of the examples of equal surds, and then we solve them. So the first one we are looking at is find the positive square roots of 11 minus 4 root 6. Now the square root solution the square root of 11 minus 4 root 6 must be of the form root a minus root b, where a is greater than b. Now there are two things I want you to understand here. Now if you are being given something like this to solve, now you look at the arithmetic sign in between the two terms in the expression. You realize that the arithmetic sign is what? Is negative. So that is why they are saying that must be of the form root of what? A minus root of b. We are representing this as this. And so if the arithmetic sign here is negative, what must be here? The arithmetic sign that must be in between the root of a and the root of b must also be what? Negative. And if it is positive, then it must also be what? Positive. And so here it happens to be what? Negative. So we'll take it as what? Negative. And then they are saying that a is what? Greater than or equal to what? B. A is greater than or equal to B. It means that whatever what number is under the what? The arithmetic sign here as A should always be greater than this. Should always be greater than this, in a way that you wouldn't get what? Negative what? Terms. Or you won't get negative terms, or you get what? So it should be greater than or equal to. The A and the B should be greater than or what? Equal to. Now let's begin to solve this. So if you're having 11 minus 4 root of what? 6, this will be equal to root of what? A minus root of b. And we said root of a minus root of b because this, in the question, the arithmetic sign in between the expressions are what? Or is negative. That is why we used what? Negative. That is why we used negative. Now, what is the next thing we supposed to do to continue solving this thing? Now, if you say that these are equal, what you need to do is that you need to square if you say these are equal, this is equal, so we need to put this one also in a bracket, sorry, under a square root sign. This is also to be placed under a square root sign before it can be what? Equal to this. Before it can be equal to this. So the question was given in this way. So you put the question in a square root sign, then take this one. You know that this and this and this are equal. So what you do next is to bracket this and then square both sides. When you square both sides, you see that the square root here will cancel the square here will cancel the root sign of the first expression, which will give you 11 minus 4 root 6 equal to, then this one, when we expand this, we've learned this, that is what I taught you in the first or in the beginning of this lesson. So if you expand this thing, you are going to get what? A, then you square the whole of the next term. If you square the whole of the next term, this will be this, the whole of the next term is minus root of b square. It's not only this thing, so it will be a plus b, because if you square the whole of this, it will become positive, and then this will cancel out this. And then now you now take this one, multiply it by this, and multiply it by this. So if you multiply, it will be, because it is minus here, it will be minus 2 root a b. So this is the answer. This is what you get. So it is 11 minus, let me write it all, 4 root 6 equal to a plus b minus 2 root a b minus 2 root a b. Now what do we do? So here, so you realize that this is an expression which contains no surd, and 11 is also an expression which contains no surd. So this is equal to this, just as we explained at the beginning of the lesson. This is equal to this, and those that contain surds are also what? Equal. This and this are also what? Equal. So he equates them. That is what we learned from the beginning of this lesson. So you realize that a plus what? B, this is equal to 11. This 11. Then equation, let's name it equation 1. Then the next one, which is what? Root 2 minus 2 root ab is also equal to minus 4 root 6. Now the minus can cancel out the minus. These two can also cancel out. So these two, when you divide both sides by 2, because the 2 is a factor, this will cancel out. This also cancel out. It will be left with 2a. Sorry, 2 root of 6. So it will be root of what? A b equal to 2 root of what? 6. And this is our equation what? 2. This is our, so let's write it boldly here. Equation 1 and equation 2. We have our equation 1 to be a plus b equal to 11. Equation 1. Then equation 2 to be root of what? ab equal to 2 root of what? 6. Equation 2. You can solve this simultaneous equation. So by substitution method, elimination method, whatever method. But let's use substitution method to solve this simultaneous equation by making one of the terms here the subject in equation 1 or equation 2. So to me, I'll make a the subject in equation 1. So a is equal to 11 minus b. Let's name it equation 3. And we'll say that put a equal to 11 minus b into equation 2. So wherever we see a in equation 2, then we substitute this thing inside, 11 minus b inside. So we'll have root of what? AB equal to 2 root 6 as our equation 2. Now substituting it inside, you're going to get root of what? 11 minus b as our a now, multiplied by b equal to 2 root 6. Now this will be 11b minus b square equal to 2 root 6. How do you remove this square? How do you remove the square? Sorry, the square root sign. The only way you can remove the square root sign is by squaring this side and then squaring this side. So if you square this side, the square will cancel the root sign, giving you 11b minus b square equal to, squaring the whole of this thing will give you what? 4 multiplied by 6. 4 multiplied by 6. Now putting this thing right, or grouping of like terms, or putting it right in an expression to get quadratic equation, you put it to get a quadratic equation, you're going to get b square minus 11b plus 24 is equal to 0. Now this becomes a quadratic equation. So factors of what? Factors of 24. If you pick this, have a coefficient of 4, multiply it by this, you get 24. Factors of 24 that if you add, you get 11. Sorry, minus 11. If you add, you get minus 11. If you multiply, you get 24. And that is what? Minus what? 3 and minus 8. Minus 3 and minus 8. So this will be b square minus 3b minus 8b. If you multiply this and this, you get 24 plus 24 is equal to 0. Now we all know how to simplify quadratic equation. Then minus, let me use another sheet. So what we have there is b square minus 3b minus 8b plus 24 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. So let's factorize. Factorizing will be b square. This is b square, so if you factorize b out, you just gather it this way and then factorize 2 times 2 times, so that here will be minus. We are gathering it this way and then we'll factorize. That's the same thing. So it will be, if you factorize b out in this term, it will be b square. B square, it will be b minus what? 3. Then plus. Now let's factorize minus out here, so that here will become minus. So if you factorize minus out, minus 8 out, it will be b minus 3 again, which is equal to 0. Now you take this one minus this, take the one of this term, so it will be b minus 8 b minus 3 equal to 0. So this will be b equal to 8 or b equal to 3. And we realize that this is what? This is a this was a simultaneous equation we solved to get this. It was a simultaneous equation we solved to get this. And so we have to go back to the simultaneous equation and find what? A. So we have gotten B. Find A. So one of the equations of the simultaneous equation was A plus B equal to 11. 11. That was equation what? 1. That was equation 1. Equation 1. So bringing equation 1 out like this. Let's substitute what? B inside. If you substitute B inside, picking B to be 8, substituting it inside, you're going to get the first A to be minus what? Sorry, 11 minus 8. 11 minus 8, you're going to get 3. Then you pick the second one, which B is 3. A plus B is equal to 11. If we solve equation 1, if we solve this thing, it will be A plus 3 is equal to 11. A is equal to 8. So when you have this, when B is equal to 8, A will be equals to what? 3. And when B is equals to 3, A will be equals to 8. I want to really, so we now want to know that 11 minus 4 root 6 is the same as root of what? A, which is what? Let's pick A to be what? 8, and minus B, which is what? 3, and it's B, which is 3. And this can also be written as this is a surd. You express it to its lowest form, you're going to get 2 root 2 minus root of 3, and this is the equal surd of the surd, or the root of the surd 11 minus 4 root what? 6. Thank you very much for listening to or watching my video. My name again is Nanye Abraham, and I was your mathematics teacher for today. Please follow the next lesson, and you get to learn what equations or surds equations are. Equations in sets, or what sets equations are. Thank you very much.